Hello, everyone. It is once again Friday, and we are once again here to rank Nintendo 64 games. I'm Jeff Gerstmann, here to conduct science. We are building a list of every N64 game released in North America. We've been at it for a couple of months now. You see, we've got our list here so far. With GoldenEye 007 currently holding the top spot. Maybe it'll get dethroned. Maybe it'll get dethroned today. I don't know. At the bottom of our list is Virtual Chess 64, which we looked at last week, and well, it's a good box. It's a good box shot. Like the box art is really ridiculous, but that's about the nicest thing you could say about it. It's no Starshot Space Circus Fever, I suppose, is what we would say about it. This week, we're going to look at a trilogy of games that are all not often associated with the N64, but they did, in fact, all come there. This is because today is the 25th anniversary. And I debated for a while. It's like, well, we could do this now, or, you know, we could probably just do it next year. But it probably wouldn't be a Friday next year. But we are in the zone. Tony Hawk 3 is 25 years old. Tony Hawk 2 thus is 24 years old, and that game came out, I guess, yesterday, 24 years ago. And so, yes, with Tony Hawk 3 being, yes, I believe it is, in fact, the last N64 game released in these United States. That means it's been 25 years since an N64 game came out, which is kind of weird to think about, I guess. Well, I guess, you know, like, because it's been even longer than that, really, since the N64 was like wildly relevant, right? Because the end of the N64 was sort of the end of a lot of consoles back then. Just a handful of ports and weird things, weird kind of late versions. I bet you know, there's probably a FIFA game in there somewhere, usually, right? Anyway, we're going to bask in some licensed music of a sort. Cartridge space being what it is, the developers had to come up with some innovative solutions that are not unlike. I made a mod, a tracker music, a module in the early 90s, and it was House of Pain's Jump Around, and I made it using the same principles that are used for most of the music here, where you just find a loop and loop it, and then take 2 or 3 lines of vocals from the song and sample those too, and by the time you do that, you're out of space, and you just play the loops. You just play the loops and throw in some of the vocals here and there. And there you go. What are you going to do? This is what they did, faced with limited cartridge space. Let's get right into it and start with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Smaller than 2 and 3. A little bit here. Controller pack support. Here is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. It found the expansion pack. You will be able to save a game, but OneNote and 96 pages are required. The way that they managed controller pack space, this whole like slots and pages and notes and pages, I guess, is fucking insane. And I had forgotten all about it. The way that they measured this information. I mean, you know, they could have just used blocks and slots or something, and maybe, I don't know, I guess the net result would have been the same. Edge of Reality did these ports, or this port, I guess. And you know, they ported Tony Hawk around, right? There were Dreamcast versions of the first 2 games. This trilogy came to N64. And, oh. Did I accidentally load up the GBA version? Like, what is happening here? This is just resolution-wise a freaking blur. My gosh. I mean, you know, the N64 or the PlayStation original is you know, wobbly pixels and, you know, or wobbly edges and wobbly polygons. But it's sharp in a sense, whereas this is, you know, not. I don't believe the original game had this intro either, of showing the different skaters doing things because, you know, to their credit, you know, swapping from one level to the next like this would take full-on load times. Like, it would be impossible to do this on a PlayStation. So the power of the N64 truly on display here. The magic of the expansion pack, I suppose. Okay, let's go. Now, what do you think is involved here? Like, why does this say Tony Hawk's Skateboarding? Is it because this is the Rev 1 version of the cartridge or something? Did they mess up a revision for the US? Because that was the name used in other territories. I believe the Japanese version was called Skateboarding. I guess I'm curious. We're gonna reset it real quick. Your friend's cartridge said the same thing, so I wonder if it's just a case where they, like, when they did the revision, because I think all the PAL versions were called Tony Hawk Skateboarding, at least originally. They may have unified that somewhere down the line, but that is what they initially called this game outside of the US. And so Tony Hawk Skateboarding is a legit title, just not in the States. I'm curious. We're gonna, because this is the Rev 1 version of the cartridge, and I'm gonna see if maybe when they did that revision, did they just do it as a worldwide thing and just like, hey, fuck it, we're not gonna, you know, or do all of the US copies of this game say Skateboarding instead of Pro Skater? Now I want to know. Yeah, so this one says Pro Skater. That's super weird. Well, I guess we'll play this one because this is the I'll have to go read a breakdown and figure out why they did that. What do we have here? Okay, replays, trick tutorials, music credits. I'm a Bob Burnquist enthusiast. Okay. Oh God, the audio. All the skateboarding is coming out of the left speaker. Is that all 5? Did I? Oh, I gotta get the secret tape. It's boxes, letters, the 2 score goals, and the tape, right? You know, music sounds pretty muffled, but it's... But it sounds like the song. Right there. Right there is the loop. That's where it loops. All right. That's all those tapes. Do I need to? It says stat increased, but I don't. I guess I always forget. I think your stats just increase and they're not attached to the boards. It's more that like you unlock the boards and eventually your stats go up as a result. But I think the stats stay up. Yeah. I think that's how that goes. So this uses the C buttons as a makeshift replacement for the for the face buttons of a PlayStation controller. So A and B do nothing in this game, which is sort of a weird, you know, that's not how most games did it. But I think it works out just fine. Here we'll start to see some draw distance stuff because, you know, this is kind of the first outdoor part. And so we'll see some of this stuff over here fade into existence. Where's the K? There it is. We're wasting time. A little slow. I don't think we're gonna get these last 2. Not on this run. Oh right, I can't manual. I keep doing stuff. I keep trying to do stuff that doesn't exist. It's very playable. It's. I think this game is only reduced in the context of, you know, what the other versions look like, right? I think that's the. That's sort of the issue here. And this was a game that on PlayStation was, you know, the audio mattered, right? I mean, the soundtrack is a big part of people's memory of that game. And so, you know, there's stuff there that you go like, oh, well, yeah, this is kind of janky in comparison. But I think, you know, when we consider this in the context of the N64, this much digital audio is something you don't really get a lot of. And I think there's also like something fun about the idea of they made versions of these songs that could work in the context of this. That's actually kind of neat. Like here you get this, you know, largely instrumental version of this song that is in some ways unique and interesting on its own, you know, on its own merits. And so I think, you know, Edge of Reality took the technical limitations that they were handed, and I think they did a really good job. Okay, so where's the... There's this one here, and that's 3, right? And then there's a 4th one, or the other 2 are up here? There's one, like, right here. But that would normally be your 5th. And I can never remember where that other one is. Is it just down here? Like behind this? Nope. Oh. There. It feels like that they maybe cut out some of the in-game audio, some of the bail noises, and some things clang like metal even when they're not metal. Like it seems like that maybe they made some changes there. Also, the other thing I'll say is like the image seems a little dim. That was all of them, right? Yeah. Okay. No, we're good. I think there's level design stuff in this game that, and Mall is maybe the first example of this, and obviously Downhill Jam is the biggest offender. I think that there are just some levels in this game that are not great. Goddamn. Levels that have like decent things in them, conceptually, that ultimately are just like they're not that much fun to play anymore. Not nearly fast enough to do that thing. Let's get the secret tape, I guess. And then we'll come down here and see if we can just get our score stuff out of the way. Or am I already past I'm already past it. Do it here. Or did we waste too much time and now I'm not getting enough score? I need to remember Bob Burnquist's specials because nope, not that. Oh, is it 30,000? Am I just gonna? Damn it! What did we leave behind here? Directories, letters, and points. Yeah, it was 30,000. Damn it. I was like so close. This is so stupid. The audio, though, is also kind of making me crazy because of the balance stuff. I don't like that's like most. I don't know if you're hearing this, but there's all the skateboarding audio, or most of the skateboarding audio, is coming out of the left side, and the music seems centered, and that's crazy. It's making me fucking crazy. Okay, so we've got the K over here. And then is the A. Yeah, A's down there. And then there's the T inside one of the stores. Is that? No, T's here. Okay, so then. Great. Good jump. Okay. And then what are these boxes in this version of the game? What's on these boxes? The Edge of Reality logo. Okay. Can't put Spider-Man on it. Or Apocalypse, or whatever it was. I guess it would have been Apocalypse for this one. The Bruce Willis classic. All right, well, let's just, we opened up Downhill Jam. Let's just go do it. And, I guess we opened up, okay, good. So we got Skate Park, and then we just need... So I think there's some audio, like, again, some of the rails that are not metal make the metal noise that didn't on PlayStation, and it makes me think that they just kind of cut some sound effects to save some space, whether that's in memory or whatever. It gets a little framey. I think the other thing I'd be kind of curious about, again, it's kind of not relevant for what we're doing here today, but parts of this game feel a little slower to me than they're supposed to. But also, I think everyone's brain has been poisoned by the zillion different remakes of these levels, and that can make it hard sometimes to remember what it exactly was like on an actual PlayStation. But like this seems framey in some spots where it wouldn't have been. I don't remember it being otherwise. But like it runs well, you know, for a game that is pretty timing based. Like you need consistency. And I think it does that just fine. Like, it's definitely consistent enough to play and do well at. You know, it might not be the ideal version of the game, but I think it's like it's a very, very playable game. It's hard to listen to in headphones. I'll say that. I think the low fidelity of all of the audio kind of blasting you all at once is very, like, shrill. Like, it just... Headphone people talk about their ears getting tired wearing certain pairs of headphones, That's how I am feeling listening to this. Like, it's just tough to listen to for significant periods of time because of just how, you know, just the frequencies are so in the middle, like just muffled at both ends. It's just like, it makes it kind of exhausting to hear. I think we did okay on that one. I think we'll take the gold on that one. Let's look at downtown, and then I think that's probably all we need to see. Ultimately, I think we just played like half the game also. Like, so, yeah, I mean, we have the next 2 levels open already, so. Downtown seems like it'll be a draw-in kind of level. Oh, God. But, you know, the things that you could say about this game, I think from a gameplay perspective, are, in a lot of cases, things that the sequels took to heart, right? I mean, Tony Hawk 1 did not have a balance meter when you're grinding. And that's stuff that you look at and go like, that's silly. And they agreed with you. And so the following year, they addressed it. This song especially, you know, I think probably just because of the production of this track specifically, sounds extra like you're listening to it on a broken radio. Here you go. It's like you would rather be listening to it on an AM radio. But yeah, you know, we've gotten some tapes and we've leveled up. You know, we've leveled up our stats a couple of times, and this doesn't feel like there are aspects of this that feel a little sluggish to me. And I think that's maybe. Oh, okay, we just increased stats again. Let's do one more. Let's do one more, and we'll look at Tony Hawk's favorite level. Worst level in the game. I will say that, you know, also my memory of these versions of the games is more informed by some of the later. I think 3 is especially notorious on what they did to the vocals in some of the songs, and this game doesn't seem as chopped up as I remember the songs being. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Like right there, sometimes from its stop, it feels like it takes a little bit longer to get going again. But there's your loop right there for that. Oh, come on, get there. Yeah, not at that speed. That's the thing I'm left wondering is like, is there something different about your acceleration in this version of the game? Because that's the thing I'm feeling the most, is like sometimes it's hard to get going. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog trying to walk up a 2-inch hill. Oh, right, it doesn't loop you back to the top. It just ends. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yeah, you need a spin dash. You need a spin dash. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is a hell of a video game. Period. I think that game ended up being at its best on PlayStation. You know, the N64 version is worse in some ways. Worse in most ways, actually. The only nice thing you would say about it is that the load times are good. Right? And then it also came to Dreamcast, and I remember when it was coming to Dreamcast, there was this like, oh my god, it's gonna, and like the Dreamcast versions do look better, but not, but like, I don't know, the Dreamcast versions I like felt bad, and part of that is because of the controller. Most of that is because of the controller. Like, here's a slightly better looking version of this game that's not so much better looking that you're immediately going to drop the other versions for it or whatever. But yeah, it was just kind of an awkward. Those were awkward ports of the Tony Hawk games to Dreamcast. On N64, I think this is like a workmanlike quality. Like they got the job done. It's admirable, I think, in some ways how they were able to pull it off, and the music here in Tony Hawk 1 is still intact enough that if you're just like in the zone playing the game, you might not notice where it loops. You might not notice that the full songs are not playing, and it's I don't know. This is a great version of this game. If you had never played this anywhere else and this was the only version you had, you were not getting the short end of the stick by like a great margin. This is definitely like right here in the wheelhouse and like solid stuff. It does feel a little sluggish, and I think when we talk about this in the context of like, do these games hold up and what have you, Tony Hawk 1 I think becomes a hard game to go back to across all platforms simply because it's been remade numerous times, and obviously the sequels put it to, like the sequels to Tony Hawk make Tony Hawk 1 ridiculous in some ways. By the time you get to 3 and you look at what 1 didn't do in terms of balance meters and just the overall feel of it and everything, they really honed their craft remarkably well over those first few games. And so where does Tony Hawk 1 go on our list? It's better than Virtual Chess 64. It's better than Starshot Space Circus Fever. It's better than Wheel of Fortune. It's better than Big Mountain 2000. It's better than Cruisin' USA. It's better than Xena Warrior Princess The Talisman of Fate. It is better than Wipeout 64. It is better than NHL Breakaway 98. It is better than NBA Hang Time. This gets tough here. I need, I gotta science this out, because otherwise I could very easily talk myself. If we were building this list for me, this would be like a number 1 or number 2. But I don't think okay, let's think about it from the other side here. This is a better game than Hang Time. It's not as good as GoldenEye. Is it better than Doom 64? It's better than Doom 64. Is it better than Forsaken 64? It is better than Forsaken 64. Is it better than Gauntlet Legends? I mean, it feels great. Like it's a great feeling video game. Remarkable in its day, like industry changing. in some ways. You know, Activision bent its entire portfolio around Tony Hawk for a number of years. And tried to recapture that success with Matt Hoffman and Kelly Slater and Sean Murray. Anyway, I like the Matt Hoffman games until I go back and play them, and then I don't like the Matt Hoffman games anymore. But at the time, I liked the Matt Hoffman games. Tony Hawk is better than Gauntlet Legends. I don't know that I. I mean, I like Tony Hawk 1 way more than Star Fox 64. But is it scientifically better than Star Fox? Shit. Probably not. Probably not. Is Tony Hawk better than Star Fox? Is Tony Hawk better than Star Fox? It's that audio is really fucking rotten to listen to. The skating coming out of the left speaker is really fucking terrible. Tony Hawk 1 is our new number 3. There you have it. A great game. A great game. And it's cool that the N64 version holds up. I think that's not always the case, right? Moving right along, they made another one the following year, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Now, this version of the game, I don't know that I've seen Tony Hawk 2 on an N64 in quite a long time. Did Edge of Reality do this one too? I assume they did because of the way that expansion pack found thing looked. Yeah, okay. So Edge of Reality did this one as well, which makes sense. You know, hey, you've got your engine up and running on the platform. You can see, like, this is literally the same intro tech that they did for the first game. You know, here's our silly little squiggly letters, and we have these quick little demos of them skating here. I think that's kind of a knock against this because Tony Hawk 2 in other versions like didn't really feel recycled. You know, whereas this immediately feels like late era FIFA PS2. Hey, we dropped in those new players and stats you were looking for. Obviously, this has all new levels. It's not a fair comparison, but they reuse a lot of their. It feels like they're reusing a fair amount of work here, right? And again, you know, like it's more noticeable the audio, the music being. You know, tighter loops, more instrumentally focused here with this particular track. But I think that there's something kind of cool about that because it's not how you normally hear these songs. You'll notice that when it says turn that shit up, they cut out the shit and don't bring it back for the word up, which makes me assume that they cut that's a shorter sample They're saving space everywhere they can. Though I don't know, like if I had to guess, I would assume that the instrumental, like these are just 4-bar loops, or just 4-beat loops in a lot of cases. Like when you hear them cutting the different parts of the track together, like the instrumentation is like they're not clean loops. And so maybe that wouldn't save them space because they already had the instrumental under it. What I'm saying is I doubt they got the stems to that song so that they could save maximally, whatever space they could. They probably did not do that. Oh, okay. Sorry. We sat at that menu too long. Let's, So what do we got here? Yep. Does this have 16:9? No. Okay. I was gonna say, why does it have display options? But the models are so blurry, man. It's really crazy. I think this is a better integration of Rumble Pack stuff too, where it just casually says it on the select screen, like, hey, this is the time to swap it if you're going to swap it, instead of having a like full stop, push A now, that most other games did. Like, this is elegant by comparison, and I at least appreciate that. The music also sounds slightly higher fidelity. Like the cartridge size for 2 and 3 is bigger than 1, and so I wonder if all of that just went to like, hey, we need the audio to not sound completely fucked. Like, meet me in the middle here. Let's spend a little bit more on. What did I not get? There's like a barrels or something, right? Did I get all the barrels? More pilot wings. No easy way to see that. Oh well. Can't do that. Can't do that yet. Ah! That was a little harsh. Okay. Letters, wings, gaps, and then cat. We're not going to do all that. We ain't going to do all that. It's nice to get back into these menus very quickly, you know? And this loop, the fidelity on this little audio loop here is quite good, you know? Like it's a lot crisper than the most of the music is. Flip TC's roof gap. You. Bad angle for that. You can play this with the analog stick if you're like a fucking lunatic. Oh, the Z trigger changes your camera angle a little bit. I don't much care for that, but look at the way that building. Oh. Yeah, some of this draw in is, you know, noticeable. Take that, TC, whoever you are. Do we have that information now? We must, right? Someone did a documentary, the oral history of who the fuck is TC of Roof Gap fame. Oh, I'm not going to find that fifth fucking bell. I know that much. Top Cat. What did we not get done? Score with nothing, really. The rails. The tape. The warrant. A lot of collision, a lot of me colliding inside of buildings here. I always got up there this like really dumb way, and I never really thought about just riding over there. Like it's much easier, but I always did it like this, where we'd kind of get up here and then like wall ride over and get up on the roof that way. I guess I just missed that these boards are specifically here so you can ride it down. I think that, you know, as we get deeper into the series and we see, you know, more hip-hop getting onto the soundtrack, I think that the N64, with its kind of loop-based approach, man, is actually, like, pretty good at that. These songs were meant to be looped, and so it's kind of fun having like an instrumental version of this track. I don't even have the fucking lift to get up there. I gotta get super special first, huh? Or buy more stats or something. just don't. All right. Let's spell skate. Let's at least see if we can get that done. Or I guess like... no. Stay focused. Oh, God. Waste of time. Why am I even trying? Oh, come on now. Come on! Don't do me like this. Okay. It's a very harsh noise. Need more money to get France open. All right. Oh, I didn't get the letters? Like, I thought, wait a minute. Man, all right. I fucking could have sworn I got all those, but. Oh, yeah. See, this feels, I think, a lot faster also than... Like, this doesn't feel, like, sluggish for the platform or whatever. Like... And our A is right here. Oh, did I miss the T last time? Is that what it was? I don't remember. Oh, jeez. And then E is over here. I could have sworn I got all those last time, but I guess not. Oh, yeah. I don't think we're going to have time to get all these bells, especially because I can't remember. There's one up by the start, but I can't remember where the other one we're missing is. But we did get 50 bucks. This level, this is, yeah, man. This is a great fucking video game. That's a little ugly. That's a little ugly. Garbage over there in the overscan zone on the left side. Oh, good. Good way to end it up here. Like it's an Atari 2600 over here or something. Yeah, that was maybe not the smartest move, but... Where's the... which... Yeah, it's a little... Some muddy textures over here. Good. It's like these songs are very easy to loop. Some vibration there at the edges of the image too. I'm guessing that, you know, if you were on a regular TV of the day, that overscan would catch most of that, but you know, here running through a scaler and everything, we get to see all of that magic, baby. I want to finish second. Got greedy. gonna say that's got to be an okay run, right? That's got to get me first, right? Yeah. Let's see what level's after this. What is the level after the first tournament here? Oh, New York, right. For whatever reason, like, this is a very, like, in my memory of Tony Hawk, you know, we think about the first 3 Tony Hawk games, this is a very forgettable level. I thought, man, I thought there was a spot to get up there from here. Wasn't there stairs up or something? Man, oh, it's here, yeah. Do I need to get the tokens first? Or do I just need to, no, Was it always that way, man? I don't remember having to get the tokens first to be able to take that path. I feel like I remember just getting all up there and immediately going over to the other part of the level. But man, it's been a while. This is a great fucking video game, man. And I think that the N64 version does fine. Yeah, see, I just don't even remember what the goals are on this one. 50-50 Joey's sculpture. Prime the subway rails, get the tokens. Ollie the hydrants. Wow. It's just this level's kind of nondescript, in a lot of ways. It just doesn't stand out, and it doesn't stand out in my memory at all. Like when I get here, I go like, oh right, there's this and this and this, but like, say what you will about Downhill Jam. It's a terrible level. But it's memorable in its terribleness, I suppose. Whereas this is just, like, dude, I don't even remember. And then it's pretty much just, it's like a version of the Park Editor, or I guess their first take on the Park Editor. Push the Z button to change the camera view. Yep. Yeah. Word. Yeah. Got all these cool tricks. What do you think of my creative park? I like that even in this tiny, tight-ass fucking area, if you get on one end and look at the other, you still can't fucking see the other walls, man. It's... This era of tech, you know, like this wasn't, you know, the PlayStation was not immune to draw in. It's just maybe not known for it the way the N64 is, but like... Oh, this song sucks. I love this song. I love this stupid, shitty fucking song. Those are some terrible loops. Oh, those loops are bad. They did what they had to do, right? I mean, to make these songs work at all. Right. Yeah, bring noise. 6 songs. I was going to say, this doesn't seem like it's the full soundtrack. Yeah. This is a great choice. This is a great song. And also, largely, you know, like, works as an instrumental. Oh, even that loop is a little fast. Yeah. That's Tony Hawk 2. Huh. Yeah, it's Rami in the chat says no Papa Roach should legit knock this down a few spots or raise it. I mean, what if that raises it up a few spots without some P Roach? We cut out the P Roach and the result was a solid improvement. Papa Roach had their time, you know? And I don't necessarily want to hear it anymore. Bad Religion. Yeah, I guess, man. Sure. Yes, Vacaville's finest. Truly the greatest thing to ever come out of Vacaville, which should tell you a lot about Vacaville, if nothing else. And Power Man 5000. This is it's a microcosm of its era. Even with only 6 tracks on the soundtrack, there's a real like, yep. Yeah, this was a real time, wasn't it? Yeah, Vacaville, I don't know. There was a Chuck E. Cheese in Vacaville. Sometimes, you know, you'd have to drive out to, was it like Susan City or whatever, because that's where the Scandia was before they opened a Scandia in Roner Park. I remember the Scandia out there had a Crystal Castles machine that was pretty good. And that's the only thing I could say about Vacaville, man. What's the scene like in Vacaville? Vallejo, but worse. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know when the last time I was in Vallejo, but like, well, Vallejo is not great. Vallejo's not great. I've been getting a lot of TikToks from kids that live in Roner Park and Santa Rosa lately, because I must have just watched them and the algorithm bends in that direction. And there's a kid out there taking pictures in front of the Roner Park sign saying that he's the king of Roner Park. And I just look at it and go like, yeah, fuck yeah, you are. Awesome. I mean, you know, I think it makes sense to do this in context of like starting here, right? This isn't a case of diminished returns. It's kind of the coolest thing you can say about the jump from Tony Hawk 1 to Tony Hawk 2 and the jump from Tony Hawk 2 to Tony Hawk 3, at least on the PlayStation, is there's zero. It's not diminishing returns. It's not back to the well. It's not like, oh, they did this again. Like every one of these first 3 games makes landmark changes to the formula and provides you with brand new, fantastic levels. And mixes up the soundtrack and all of that other stuff. There's, like, it still feels fresh. It's ascendant, you know? This game moves faster, so I don't know, maybe Edge of Reality with another year to think about how to get Tony Hawk to run on an N64. You know, they seem to make improvements across the board. These levels are great. They have a good size to them. The draw-in is noticeable, but it's not the end of the world. The fidelity of just raw image quality seems to be improved over the first game. The manual obviously adds a ton to it from a gameplay perspective. These levels are larger and have way more goals, and the goals are more varied. And it is a better game in damn near every single way compared to Tony Hawk 1. Is Tony Hawk 2 better than Star Fox 64? Scientifically speaking. I think this one edges out Star Fox. This is kind of close, but the improvements that they make here, they only have 6 songs on the soundtrack, which is kind of crazy, but I think that they do, you know, the increased fidelity of that audio goes a long way. Again, like it's not as exhausting to the ears to listen to as Tony Hawk 1 was. Like that game is grim to go back to, just from especially wearing headphones. You know, if that was just coming out of your TV, you'd probably never notice, but Jesus. It's very close, Tony Hawk 2 and Star Fox 64. It's a very Tony Hawk 2 is better than Star Fox 64. It's our new number 2. Now we get the curveball. Of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Which I think in terms of when it was released on PlayStation 2, is the most impactful Tony Hawk game. Period. Tony Hawk 3 is where they put it all together. The revert changes everything. The bump up from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 is massive from a fidelity standpoint and from a frame rate standpoint. The online play in Tony Hawk 3, a landmark moment for console gaming. That again, I say it every time it comes up, that they shipped before Sony had shipped their network adapter. They had online play in a PlayStation 2 game before Sony had even shipped modems. And we played it with USB to Ethernet adapters because they built the game to support those. And when they sent it out for review, they sent us some Ethernet adapters so that we could try it out. Because it only worked with specific models and brands and all of this other stuff. So that PlayStation 2 version of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 is, again, seismic. Landmark moments for console gaming in a lot of ways. And they went and ported it to other machines, right? This is one of the first times that I remember something like this happening. The idea of the backport. The idea of a next generation game that we're like, and it's not, it's definitely not the first example of that, because we just played through all of the 8-bit catalog, and there were numerous NES games that were like clearly meant to be 16-bit games. But when it comes to like me reviewing video games and navigating it from a work perspective or whatever, This is one of the first one of those that I remember seeing. And I remember that PlayStation 1 version of Tony Hawk 3. It wasn't developed by the original developers. Neversoft didn't do it. It was like did Shaba do those? I think that they had Shaba Games do those, and Shaba had done Grind Session, I believe. And in the extreme sports boom that Activision experienced, they would eventually buy Shaba. And some other studios in the process. And so Shaba went from making Grind Session, which was a cool fucking PlayStation 1 skateboarding game, to like that, nothing like that ever happening again, because Activision just sucked up all the studios and all the resources and put them to work in the Tony Hawk mines. It's kind of a recurring theme with Activision, I suppose. It's hard to overstate the impact that Tony Hawk 3 had on like this space, right? The extreme sports space and everything else. And just how big of a deal it was when it came out, and how big of a leap it was from 2 to 3. Now, I don't know that I've seen much of this on an N64, but from what I remember, this is basically the PS1 version of the game, cleaned up in a handful of ways. And so it's a port of a back port, I think. Or maybe it was developed simultaneously, whatever the situation. But like, this is not the Tony Hawk 3 that I've just spent the last 5 minutes talking about. And in a lot of ways, that makes it interesting, because from what I remember of the PlayStation 1 version, there was this kind of thing of like, hey, you know what? After you've played through the PlayStation 2 version, like, it's kind of like new levels. It's kind of like if you're looking to get everything you can out of a Tony Hawk franchise, then it's worth going back and playing this other weird one also. But let's see what the science says about Tony Hawk 3 on an N64. Again, this is the final game shipped for the platform, so it's got to be the best, right? Go out on top with their cool black cartridge. And all of that stuff, right? Expansion pack found. Okay, so Edge of Reality did this one too then, huh? Right? All Marvel characters, trademark. The Activision O2 logo. I don't know, like oxygen. Like, that's cool. That's extreme. What's extreme? Oxygen, because you're getting air, right? Yeah, that's sick. Make a logo. We'll put it on all the boxes. And so again, we see this exact same type of intro that we saw in the other two. Twice. The awesome thing with Ace of Spades specifically is that they basically, they changed the song based on the loops that they have. Also, we'd have to compare it, but I bet this is slightly faster. But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. And don't forget the Joker. And don't forget the Joker. Oh yeah, this is way slower. My soundboard clip comes from the actual song, ripped out of Rock Band or something. So, you know, we do eventually get to something resembling the chorus. Yeah, this is way faster. Again, the faster you make it. The faster you make it, the less space it takes up on the cart. Oh, even this loop's bad. Even this loop's bad. Okay. Man, bring back fucking Papa Roach if this is what we got to listen to. Jesus.
Here we go.
Right, yeah. Fucking alien ant farm. Jeez. Oh, I bet this loop's real good. Yeah, listen to that loop point. There you go.
Here we go.
Okay, perhaps we've heard them all. Maybe in game it's got a way to skip songs and we can look at it there. Do we have a... No. The loop here is so bad. I'm blown away. Like even the menu screen like is worse. Like that was something in the first two games. Like the menu screen audio sounded fine. But yeah, here it's pretty rough. Are we missing a level here? This seems... So we have Rio. Okay, cannonball over the half pipe. Activate press. What is... New deck! Nope. Can't do that from a dead stop. Oh, the flickering and the overscan is really... Oh, that's going to keep doing that, too. Great. good. Nailed it. Reverts kind of feel bad. Activate press. Cannonball over the half pipe. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's the. Just wants me to just jump over the frickin' half pipe, right? What is that, right? So, you know, they rework a lot of the goals from the original version of these levels in ways that I don't think are great. But you simply must not forget the Joker. Activate press, like them telling me that there's something out here, because there used to be. No? Okay. Can we see? Okay, 75. You cannot mash buttons to change manuals and grinds, which I think is I believe PS1 also had that limitation. There we go. Activate press. Sure. The revert feels bad. So we just need the tape, and then, you know, that other stuff. But we're not going to do that other stuff. Yeah, see, I remember just being able to get away with that. Put 3 exclamation points on it so that we know, so they know that we mean business. Yeah, this plays okay. It's just, yeah, you can't. Yeah, you know, it's, a little rough, and it doesn't just not have that part of the level. I guess that part of the level always felt a little superficial anyway. So, nope, that didn't get there. Nope, that's bad. Nope. Let's try and get the secret tape again. Let's try that one more time. Let's go make that same mistake again over here with the time we have remaining. A little frame rate, you know, let's just kind of... a little framey in some spots here, too. Yeah, no, not going to get away with that. Too sloppy on my part. Can I? I think part of the problem with the revert is that the audio is like it doesn't have the scrapey kind of like there's a timing to doing a revert that all of that stuff kind of comes together and you know, without that it is a little more visual and the what is that noise? What the fuck is that? All right, Los Angeles. Good, good. Nailing it. Out of the gate. Does it still have the Z trigger? Yeah, so Z still... no fountain here. Oh, don't... okay, don't forget the Joker. Okay, all right. Can you... I forgot. What did you just... should I forget? Oh, wait, don't... okay, good. All right, thank you for reminding me. There's just stuff about the revert that feels less usable in this version of the game than it should be, and so it kind of nullifies like it's the big new feature in this game is that you can now connect all of your combos together. The revert lets you come down from doing any kind of air trick, any kind of ramp trick, and lets you keep a combo going. So, you know, as the manual did for Tony Hawk 2, the revert does for Tony Hawk 3, and all of it comes together to form what we think of as the modern Tony Hawk trick system. Modern is maybe a bit of a stretch, I guess, all these years later, but you know, you get what I'm getting at. It doesn't feel good. This just doesn't feel good. And it's not to say that this is a bad game, but like in comparison to Tony Hawk 2, which I think hits all its marks, and is a fine, solid game for the level design and for everything else. Here you've got levels that, you know, in a lot of cases were designed for this revert, and it doesn't always feel good to pull it off. And I think that it is ultimately a mark against the game. So it's like between that and Alien Ant Farm, like it is kind of a bummer. Like, it's like, so the revert doesn't feel good, and you're gonna make me listen to a kind of fucked up version of this Alien Ant Farm song? Man. Sending the N64 out on a bit of a melancholy note, I guess. These letters, these numbers look real suspect as well.
Here we go.
Oh God, yeah. Some of those lip tricks feel like they come down a little fast too. Whoa. Not a great heat. Crowd noise, yeah. Crowd noise is a little monotonous for sure. You know, it's a game of timing, right? And things that kind of make that timing feel a little harder to predict are not great. Sorry. There's just an earthquake? No, I don't. The things that would be moving are not moving. So I'm, all right. This long cut to black here while it loads the replay is a little weird too, but all right, we win. Yeah! What the fuck? Yeah, so this is... This is the suburbs level, I guess. Yeah, Alright, the pool is still here. This is a level where the draw distance really kind of gets in the way, right? I mean, okay. I was like sitting here going like, is the haunted house even in here? Or do they just take it out completely? Like, okay, no, it is over here in some capacity. But you sure can't skate there in this one. Wow, okay.
Let's go. Oh. Let's go. Let's go.
Ah, we're missing one letter, and I'm not going to get it in the next 13 seconds. God damn it. There it is. Come on, only got one shot at it. There we go. Yeah, those lip tricks, you come down a lot faster than you should. It's like ding ding, like it's weird. You can't. Did I bother reviewing this game back in the day? So I think I gave the N64 games to someone else. I may have done one, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. So the sort of weird thing about this is, and I wonder if the PlayStation version would feel the same way. I guess so, but like, you know, there's something about again, that presentation, the way the opening demos look and everything that's the same across all three of these, that when we get to 3 here, this really does feel like they just bolted as much stuff onto the 2 tech as they could. And so we don't get like the branching grind stuff or the manual, any kind of stuff there. The revert is in it, but it seems fucked. And so, you know, some of that probably happens upstream of Edge of Reality, right? Because they didn't do the original port. I think, you know, Shaba did the PS1 first, and then these guys ported that work to N64. And so it's not necessarily their decisions or whatever, but I assume Shaba probably did the same thing. Like they took the engine as it stood for Tony Hawk 2 and said, how much game can we cram into this thing? Also, we only have a year. Also, we have to wait for Neversoft to be done with the levels for 2, or for 3 rather, before we can try to adapt them to this lesser machine. You know, like all the things that make these types of ports weird all the time, right? And so I bet when we look at like the schedule, because this game came out like a year and a day after Tony Hawk 2 for the N64. And so I bet in the context of that, this is probably a fucking Herculean effort that they were able to get it done at all. And the texture work is a little rough here. Like, you know, it's at a point where it's kind of hard to tell what part of the pool you're in because all of it just kind of looks the same. Come on. Oh. Nope. Not gonna get a 6 score skating like this. Appall the appliances, disrespect the dishes. 360 flip the weather vane. So, you know, they had to come up with their own goals because the levels had changed so much. Ice the Ice Cream Man is not very descript.
Here we go.
Like, even the start of this level, the direction you're facing is... How would we ice the ice cream man? Ugh. Also, this song's really funny because it just feels like they just took like a random bar like from it. And that's all you get. How much more Charlie Tuna do you need? The answer is a lot more, it turns out. Yeah, it's it's a step down from Tony Hawk 2 on the N64. Because these levels are large and larger in some cases, but they just feel empty. They don't feel, they feel a little featureless by comparison to the levels in Tony Hawk 2. Let alone, I mean, you know, like set aside what you know of the real version of Tony Hawk 3, because that's not really like a fair comparison, right? But when we just kind of one-to-one think about Tony Hawk 2 and think about Tony Hawk 3, like, this is not a great direction. 4 more goals to get to airport. I wouldn't mind seeing airport. But I also don't necessarily want to play either of these levels either. Like, this is this game ain't never heard of an earthquake rail. They're like, what are you talking about? What? Earthquake? We're gonna have an earthquake in our video game? How are you gonna do that? This is the Nintendo 64. Oh, that's a great jump. Nailing it. Oh, that loops. That was a good loop right there. Okay, we got it. Okay, so if that's the E, then we're now skating backwards on this line, wherever the other letters are. Oh. One of them's in the car wash. It'd be nice if I could use the left analog stick to look around. There's our team. That's a weird jump. But I guess that's meant to replace, like, the fire truck, right? Like, kind of a little bit. The particles coming off of your board when you do grinds is also, like, a really weird look. It's rough stuff. Like, the level design is just worse. Like, the flow of these levels doesn't work nearly as well. It just on its own merits, even, right? I mean, again, you have to kind of put the PlayStation 2 stuff out of your head. It's hard to forget the Joker. I'll give it that. Like, they did indeed make it difficult to forget the Joker with what they've done with the music in this game. The music, I think, it's funnier here because it's a weirder standout of, like, you know, like the loops are worse. The choices that they had to make about those tracks, I think, end up being worse than what they did with 2. Like, this feels a lot sloppier, a lot more kind of pushed out than Tony Hawk 2 does. Like, that's a very competent, and it gets harder, right? Because they're, you know, it's a port of a back port of a, you know, there's a weird lineage here that gets us to this N64 version of this game, right? So, you know, trying to be mindful of that, at least to a certain extent. I think they did a good job considering what the project probably was, right? And that's neat, but ultimately, I don't think this is a great game. I think that this is a pretty bad Tony Hawk game, which in some ways is still good because, you know, ultimately the feel of skating in a half pipe and doing that stuff is nice, but it's a sizable step down. It is a meaningful step down in a lot of ways. Yes, as the doctor says here, Tony Hawk 4 on PS1 is possibly worse. Yes, it. God, I don't think I looked at that until. I did not look at that when it was coming out. That was something that I didn't see until years later. I was like, oh gosh. So this is a hard one. You know, it's you kind of want to try to take it at its own merits because it's an unfair comparison, right? Like the original version of this game is one of the greatest games of all time. This is not that. The PlayStation 1 version is not that also. Like, the PlayStation 1 version is an interesting curiosity. You're like, oh, look, they're kind of the same levels, but they're kind of like, but the levels are a huge part of what makes Tony Hawk 3 such a great game. And these empty, weird versions of these levels with, you know, a lot of missing features. Like, remember, this is where they started to get into weird territory where it's like, pick this thing up and bring it to someone else. You know, you go to the airport and bring the tickets places, you know, you get the hammer or whatever, or you pick up whatever object it is you pick up in this level, and bring it to the construction site or whatever the fuck it is. Like, it had stuff like that where they were starting to make changes, and the levels would be modified as a result. You know, the earthquake happens and things change. You have new places to skate because the level has been deformed through the magic of Destrucity 2.0. You had the you know, in the foundry, like, you know, you kind of land on the thing, the bucket dumps in there, and, you know, you had these cutscenes here that they, you know, just kind of work around here for these backports. It doesn't feel as good to play. Also, I think the timing and some of the things that they've done to some of the moves and like, it doesn't feel great. The revert is such a huge part of this game, and it does not feel good here. And I think that those are all meaningful issues with this game that just make it decidedly worse than Tony Hawk 2. And so, for, you know, as much as they do a good job of not allowing you to forget the Joker, it is no Tony Hawk 2. It is no Star Fox 64. You would take Tony Hawk 1 over this, actually, because, again, these levels don't flow. it's the best thing about especially the earlier games in this franchise, when the levels were a little bit smaller and they were just a little bit more focused on that tight experience. Over the years, they would get more realistic with it, and that has its upsides for sure. But you would get away from, look at this compact little platformer level that I'm going to jump around and do all this wild shit in. Here, it's like it splits the difference, right? You've got these larger levels, and there's just nothing in them to do. It doesn't work out. It doesn't work out at all. And so the levels in Tony Hawk 1 end up being better. Gauntlet Legends is a better game. Doom 64 is a better game. NBA Hang Time is a better game. But this is still better than... is it better or worse than NHL Breakaway 98? I guess if we're being real here, this is better than Cruisin' USA. And so we're really looking at this range right here. It's a better game than Xena Warrior Princess: The Talisman of Fate. Wipeout 64 is a better game. This is our new number 11. And interesting, it's not quite how I thought that this would have worked out, because it's hard to forget, or it's hard to remember rather, that these versions of 3 were such a step down from the original game. But I'm glad, I guess I'm glad and interested to discover that there's far more nuance between those 3 games than you would have expected. Because when we were going into this, I was like, oh man, are all 3 of these games going to end up bunched up together? And that's going to be kind of weird and whatever else. But like, just even at a glance, it's very easy to see the numerous differences between these 3 games, and they're very different differences than they were on other platforms. So that's it's kind of wild. That took less time than I thought it would. I thought it would take 3 hours to look at the Tony Hawk franchise, but here we are. Gosh, why don't we get into Bunty Hoven wanted to see this one. And what I remember of this game is that it's something of a doozy. Another game where music is probably at least some portion of the experience. This is Blues Brothers 2000. It supports both the Rumble Pack and Controller Pack. Press S to continue. Now let me push the S button. Here's our boy. Oh! He doesn't howl in this one. Okay, we got some Otis Redding. Not for broadcast transmission. I like that even that image is difficult to read because of how blurry it is. So is this actually based on the film? This is not based on the film Blues Brothers 2000, is it? So when did this come out? November 2000. Due to delays, it was released 2 years after the film of the same name, but in the year the film was set. That's fun. I've played some of this in the past. It's a it's really something, man. I like that it defaults to slot 2. I like that I have to let it know if I'm using a rumble pack or not. I've only seen the film Blues Brothers 2000 one time, and I fucking hated it. I like Blues Brothers. I like the Blues Brothers. At least as a kid, I did. And the first Blues Brothers movie is an absolute classic of fun music and ridiculous fucking car crashes and all of that shit like that. It's a great fucking movie. Blues Brothers 2000 is like, holy shit, man. It is such a miserable film, top to bottom. Absolute fucking dog shit. One of the worst things you could fucking see with your eyes. A truly soul scraping experience. It's like it's got all this big voodoo subplot. John Goodman is in it and he's fucking terrible. Just the idea of doing a fucking Blues Brothers anything after John Belushi passed, I think is fucking crazy. And they went and they probably still fucking play shows, right? There's probably a House of Blues somewhere in this nation where Dan Aykroyd is there getting ready to fucking play, man. And all of it is just sad. And in the pantheon of Blues Brothers video games, this one is probably the worst. It's been a long time since I've played this. But, well, I guess I should say there are no good Blues Brothers games. Elwood, please find and take care of this boy Buster until I can find him a new home. Sister Mary Stigmata. All right. So I don't remember the plot of Blues Brothers 2000, the movie. Battle of the Bands is in less than 2 days. I've gotta get out of here to put the band back together. I like that he's allowed to have a poster up in his cell. His cell is so large, too. You're supposed to be released today. But the evil warden plans on keeping you here. That sounds like a video game level to me. Not all of us like the warden, though. Good luck. Thanks, you're one of the good prison guards. Okay, so right trigger lets us crawl around. Great. We can jump and we can punch. You cannot move and punch at the same time because that would be ridiculous. Z trigger doesn't... Okay. Z lets us do whatever this slide is. Is that an attack? Do I need to slide under things? The warden is keeping Cab prisoner in the cafeteria. I better free him so I have a guitarist for the band. Where's Donald Duck Dunn? Where's Steve, whatever the fuck his name was? Crystal hearts are special containers. Steve the Colonel Cropper? Is that... Collect them to increase your heart meter by 1 unit. Oh, hi, what's... Oh, Jesus. What am... Okay, so C buttons for camera control. This will only save the items you have collected, such as notes, instruments, and keys. When you restart as from a save game, you'll start at the first level of the world you saved in. Great. That sounds good. Why is there a cop behind me? Where'd he come from? Ah! Okay, so that Z slide does do an attack, but it's not a good one. Oh, can't get that money. It's on the other side. Oh, this door actually opens. Every 100 coins you collect gives you a 1-up. This is great. This is all the stuff that makes you love Super Mario Brothers is present here. I wonder how I'll reach those buttons, says Dan Aykroyd. I'll bet those vents have enough power to get me there. It's the magic of the blues, you know? Oh, God! Okay, apparently these guys want to fight, too. Crawling allows you to fit in tight spaces. It can also be used to sneak past some enemies. To crawl, use the R button. Like fucking Metal Gear over here. Oh, jeez. Okay, can I guess I just can't hit these fucking guys? Yes. Those coins are way up high. It said I could use R to crawl in vents, but I don't see any... Oh, surely they didn't just, like, not make them look like holes you could crawl into. It's going to be like a transition, isn't it? It's not going to be like a... Oh, God. Like, I need to... Nope. Okay. The you can't rotate the camera any further beep is really magical as well. Okay. All right. Can I crawl in the hole? Oh, okay. Wow. Does that have a number 2 on it? It looks like it does. I mean, I guess the grate did as well. So maybe I gotta go in order. Oh, okay. That's fine as well. And there's no save because I didn't make it to a save. I guess I can save any time, but you'll still start at the first level of a world when you, oh my God. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. Was he playing games on a PSP over there? All right, so you can save anywhere. I guess there's still like, what is the incentive to save? I guess it saves that I have collected those notes, huh? Utter silence. Wait. No, like actual utter silence. What happened? Well, that's great. Titus don't make no bad video games. I don't know if you know that. All right, we should probably restart the game to try to fix the audio. That's weird. There we go. Okay, so we just want to book it to spot 1, I guess, and hit... Great. God, this sucks. What do you think? Do you think he's hitting the button here? Do you think that counts as having hit the button, or because the button's not animating in any meaningful way? Do you think that counts as me hitting it? I don't know. No noise whatsoever. No, like, click or any kind of anything. Yeah, if I Z button in the air, he has a ground pound. Do I have to ground pound all the buttons? That kind of sounds like it makes a click noise. Nope, because it makes the same noise when you just do it on the ground. This is fun. All right, let's go back over here, try this. Yeah, no, just fuck it. He doesn't crouch. He does not reliably... Okay. Let's count that as that button getting pushed. Jesus Christ, why does it keep doing that? This is disgusting. It's just one more thing that makes this game gross. What is happening outside? It's like a honking noise, and then you see something fly through the air. Crap! Get fucking crawling, dipshit! Oh, the controls are so unresponsive. This is really magical. Like, I remember this game being bad, but this is a little more extreme. Okay, now the cops are out here? Is that good? Nope. I thought that maybe I had to go... Oh, is he going to go open the gate? Is that it? What the fuck? I guess I can beat the cops, right? I beat that other cop earlier, so I guess I can fucking kill this guy. Great. Oh, that's... Oh. Oh, now we're just back out here? What? Oh, man. Okay. Did we open a new level? Yeah. I guess we'll go in here now. I guess we got notes, right? I was like, why? One note is hidden here. Stealth. But also, like, not stealth. To activate wall buttons, punch them. Thanks. Yo, Elwood, you gotta set me free. The guard is on the second floor, is holding... Wait, okay. Guard on the second floor that has the key. This is the second floor. No, this is the third floor. That looks like... Is that a guard over there? No, what is that? Oh. Oh, it's... We just get some... It's cheaper to keep her backing vocals here while we're enjoying ourselves. That's nice. The range on this attack is great, and it feels good to perform. Like, everything about this is good. The fall, anytime you drop any significant distance, is great. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that guard was... Oh, the key is here. So did I not have to murder that cop to get out? That's the thing, you know, you don't really remember about the Blues Brothers is that they're stone cold cop killers. All right, so now we need to get back up to where he was so we can free him. And so I guess we need to hit these buttons again. Nope. Does it just launch if I get on it? Okay. I'll take that. Good. Great. Couldn't see what direction I needed to go in because the camera rotates so slowly. This door's already open. It's a great looking character, top to bottom. Step into my cell before a guard sees you. I appreciate that this game basically has zero flavor. Like the dialogue, you know, when Elwood speaks, there's a certain style that there's a certain character that he is playing, that none of this dialogue is written in that way. Hit. Oh. 3, 4, 1. Now you're jamming. You'll get the band back together in no time. I like the writing on here is fucking. All right. I guess that's the end of that level then, huh? Do I save it? I mean, I got the key. Look at this fucking video game. Think about what you know about the Blues Brothers as a concept. Even Blues Brothers 2000, the movie, which is not good, is at least them still trying to do the Blues Brothers thing. For better or worse, right? Like, I don't think they do it very well, but they clearly put a lot of work into making. Oh god, now I've got magic shoes. Anything up here for me to know? Just got magic shoes. Toe Jam and Earl over here with my spring shoes. If I sneak up behind this lady, can I beat the crap out? Oh no, okay. Please help me. These inmates are out of control. Use the floor pad to guide them to me so I can give them their medication. Fucking what? You'll notice that the buttons on the floor like kind of walk in the opposite direction that it seems like they should. I assume that's because they're crazy. I hope I lose a life if I don't get this done. I hope that it just kills you. Oh, it doesn't ever go all the way down. So why have the walls there at all? Is this like hot coffee? Are we gonna are we boning down hard? Like what is that? Because this sounds like it's. Fuck. And in here is just a cop. You need the ice key to open that door. Oh. Killing the nurse made the button appear that will make the cop come out. Which we need in order to escape, I guess? We're on a mission from God. Yeah, I've often thought about going back and watching Blues Brothers 2000 again, because I remember being like incensed. Just like, I fucking can't, like, I'm so fucking mad. Like, this movie, it is such a terrible fucking movie. Who is saying you want some of this? What is happening? Okay, I guess we'll just keep going around to all these different rooms. Is that what I'm doing? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, what is the fucking goal even? I'm going to these rooms and I'm getting notes? Is that it? The warden told me you might stop by. To beat her, you gotta stomp on the lunch trays. Match the items underneath the trays to win. I fucking... Okay, that one's got a heart. Okay. So I just take damage then, if I get it wrong. That's a 1-up of some kind, and then over here we've got a coin. Oh, okay. I'm not taking damage from playing memory. It's she's occasionally shooting at me. We got a bonk and a bam. Let's wait for her to shoot and dodge it. Okay, great. There's the 1-up over. That was here, right? Nope, it was here. Okay. I died as I was getting a 1-up, and I've become invisible. This is impressive speedrun technology. This is... Oh, also, I don't exist in space, so it's not like I'm still a physical... Okay, that's a pow. That's a bonk. That was a heart, right. This was a bonk over here, wasn't it? You see this little dust cloud when I start to walk that we can kind of use to figure out where the fuck I am. That's a zap. Was this a zap over here? That was a bonk. Man, that's a heart. And then what was this one on the right? That was a zap. Were there two zaps? Are there zaps over here both on the right? No, that's a pow. Also, it seems like I can't take damage, which is nice. That's a zap. And then this one was a zap. Oh, there's 4 on the right side, too. I didn't even see those over there. Great. That's a bam. Our other bam was over here, right? No. Was this a bam? Because that's a coin. No, that's a bonk. Okay, the bonk was... This was the bonk, right? I ain't gonna reset this, man. I don't want to fucking do this shit again. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, so over there's a coin, and that's all that's over there. That's the other coin. Oh, look at that. Can I collect these coins? I can. It's a well-made video game. It's a well-made video game. The official Nintendo seal of quality. There's our POW. This one on the right was the POW, right? Where am I?
You want some of this? Oh, no, you don't.
So there's a heart and whatever the other thing is. This is probably the heart, right? Yeah.
You want some of this?
Do you think that this will unbug and I will no longer be invisible after we leave this room? Grab my guitar if you see it. I can't leave without my buddy Superfly or his guitar. All right, we're visible again. Oh, jeez, the cops. Illinois Nazis. Wow, looks like there's some kind of riot going on. 2 of 2 notes are hidden here. Let's save. After that fucking fiasco. So I guess, like, if you save your game and you've got these notes and these band members or whatever, you probably don't have to go to those rooms again, right? Right? Well, that's that, I guess. Wow. We will reset the system. And see what it says about my save game. Because that is something I'm curious about. Okay, so we have him, but we don't have the guitar. We have these notes. Like, imagine doing all that and then like saving your game and coming back, you know, like the next day after school because you're a kid and You just love video games. And like their saved games don't even like, it just dumps you back to the beginning of the level and you're left to go like, which one of these fucking doors? So is that looks like a spaceship. That looks like Twin Bee. That's the food place, I guess. So this one was the A was the one where we were at, right? And so I guess I can just skip those other areas completely now? What the fuck? No, what is happening? Why is this? Am I playing The Suffering all of a sudden? Creepy shit in a prison? Does he grope me if I get close? He sure does. The attack is so bad, and you can't do. Oh wait, we have this jumping. If we hit B in the air, we can do like a leaping attack. Oh yeah, we died. We died. Now we start back at the beginning. This is great. What a great fucking game this is. If you find a jukebox on a level, touch it. Elwood will restart there if he dies on that level. Fucking awesome, man. Now what, though? Do I just go back? Can I jump down? No. So there's an elevator? Where? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at that. Level 4. This is like it's like they made a fucking dog shit mini game collection, you know? Like each one of these levels is self-contained and often have like a gimmick, right? Of like, oh, this is like a boss fight with the lunch lady or whatever. In this one, she's gonna chase you around and give you a shot. But all of them are bad. I like that they did like this one only goes down 2 levels, but this one goes up 1, but they never show you what the whole like block looks like. And you don't control the elevators at all anyway, so it's like not a maze. This is also really good to have these things on a level where you don't have camera control, so you only really get a glimpse of like where those electrical barriers are. This is good. This is good that's happening. I'm liking this. This is everything about this is great. At least the cops always drop hearts. Oh, fuck me, man. We've found the notes on this level, everyone. I think there was only 2. There's an elevator back there, but like what's over here? It's a jukebox, as I thought. There was a jukebox over there. Oh, we found the hidden note. So does this fucker like charge? Do I have to get him to charge into the fire or wreck into the wall? Or I mean, he's got these smoking fucking skull and crossbones. I cannot get behind him. Will he talk when I get close? Is that why he's not doing anything? Over my dead body. Oh, he's got a big life bar that overlaps with the keys. You think you can hurt me while I'm charging? I'm not sliding out of this one. Is that an indicator that I need to use the cool slide to knock you down? Look at him. He's just laying down and smoking. Not doing any damage to his life meter when I slide and knock him over like that. Do I need to slide again while he's knocked down? No, apparently not. Do I slide him in the dingus? Nope. Oh, he's tired, so that's when I can get him, right? Yeah. But like, to what end? Okay. You can slide to topple over the big... Oh, I jump and then I have to fucking butt stomp him, right? Yeah, of course. Duh. Looks good. Great animations. Everything that's happening here is good. Like, this is the legacy of Mario 64. And its ilk. The camera is good. Everything is good. You may have beaten me, but you'll never get your band back together. The mob's kidnapped Mac and Buster just to make sure. Wait, the mob? Anything else in here? Any other cool things for me to collect or just walk out? Okay. Why the mob? Yeah, I want to save my game. Is that the end of the world? I would welcome the end of the world. It's like they wanted to make a stealth game, you know? Like they give these characters, they give these enemies routes, right? There's an alert. See? But then you can't sneak up behind them because they just have a radius. They just have like a pure activation radius, even if you're coming up behind them. And even if you're maybe I could crawl. I wonder if I could crawl up on them and stealth them. Pressure sensitive buttons, snap their necks and shit. That's not gonna work. Must come to a full stop in order to crawl. Nope. Well, now we know. Yeah, give this level some ambiance, you know? Put a cricket noise over here in the corner somewhere. This is one of those newfangled movement platformers that all the kids are into. Oh, I got the key, right. I love the opening animation on the door. It's really good. I love that there's no audio cue. Yeah, you could do like a stung. There's like any number of noises you could put. Oh, yeah, good. That's good. This is all good. Great enemy behaviors, great doors. This is just a fucking awesome video game. This guy's over here playing his Game Boy. I guess he was just looking at his stick. Looked like he was holding a Game Boy or something for a second there. Oh, what the fuck? Ghost cops? Man, this game has it all. The soundtrack, the action. It's like I'm living the film. What's in this part of the map? Nothing? Great. Does this act as a trampoline of some kind? No? Well, I'm glad we're here. Maybe this is probably where I got to go to get out once we've done whatever we need to do. I mean, clearly there's a way over there to get all these cool looking question marks that I'm sure... Did I just alert someone through the wall again? I sure did. What a fucking game. What a fucking game. All right, is there anything over here on the other side of the key door? Ah! Do I just have to kill all the cops? The idea that this game was like delayed too and not like rushed. It's not a case where they're like, we had a month to make a Blues Brothers 2000 game, so you understand why it might not be great. Instead, it's like, no, we spent a lot of years making a Blues Brothers game, and this is the result. Like, oh, okay. These question marks are going to be worth it, I bet. Oh, just nothing happens when I get... Okay, that's cool. Yeah. It's not like, hey, you get 10 coins for every question mark, or it's just here's a whole row of things that look like collectibles that do jack fuck. Yeah, it's a mystery to everybody, man. When they sing "It's cheaper to keep her" in this game, they're referring to whatever games you traded in order to save up to get your copy of Blues Brothers 2000. It would have been cheaper to hang on to those. Something over here is emitting some kind of noise, and here's what appears to be the fourth key for the level? Or no, what is that? Yeah, that's a key. And then we got whatever those barrels are. But I can't get around this way, right? I'm not high. This is not... Okay, yeah, that's not the way. This is... And then in this room is just nothing except for... Okay. All right, we met in the courtyard. Remember we said we were going to do that? Let's try a more difficult dance move. Yes! Keep the beat by only pressing the A button when the bar flashes. Okay, I guess I did it. What? Let's go meet Cab and blow this joint. Okay, so this reconfigured the level in a meaningful way, so now I can get to other places. Oh no, no, no! You can hit right anytime you want. You just have to hit A on beat. This is fucked. Okay, so let's restock the level. Did it open the gate over here where this key is? Is there anything meaningfully different over here? Or do I have to come at it from whatever weird other direction? I think we're good on this one. I think we can put this one on the list. Makes Star Shot look like fucking Banjo-Kazooie. I don't think that does anything. It's just still there because, like, clearly it's loaded the level. Okay, no, I can still open that gate. Why? What are the question marks there for? Do I need to find a Switch Palace to turn the fucking question marks into fucking collectibles? Like, all right, nothing up there. This door doesn't magically open when I get close, right? I like that there's some kind of mystical noise we can hear. Oh. Oh. Aha. Yes. Cannot rotate the camera any further. Ah, good jump. That was a good jump I did. Yeah, nice. Nice. Can I get back up here and... Okay. Is it timer ticking down? If I stand on it, I just keep bouncing. Keep bouncing. Maybe I have 20 seconds to go do something. Oh, maybe that turns the question marks into shit that I can get. Yeah, see, look at that heart over there. That's what it does. That's what it does, man. And now they're back to question marks. There was something I needed to get over here, though. Aha! Now we're gaming. Okay. Fuck you. Fuck! Everything about the frame rate and camera and like all of it just comes together right here in a perfect. You know, Mario 64 opened the door, and then after that we got a lot of great video games. Oh, good, it's a bunch of collectibles that I don't fucking need. Hey, I got your guitar. Do I need to come back here now that I have a guitar? Because I don't want to do that rhythm game again. You said let's get out of here. You did not say bring me the guitar. But maybe I need to bring him the guitar. I mean, there's nothing else that happened. And it's Ladies' Night. Blues Brothers, show band and review. Well, doing that respawned the question marks, so I could milk all the, you know, I could go get like 100 extra lives, man. Maybe that door over in the weird corner over here is open now? Because I have all the keys? Nope. Yep. Fuck off. See what I mean? Like it's almost like a mini game collection. You could almost say, hey man, it's kind of cool that they came up with a bunch of different gimmicks for all these levels, but no. I like that we can jump over the spotlights as long as we don't land directly on them. Was there one note here or two? Good, good. Take 1 heart of damage and go back to start. But you can jump over them. It's only if you... only get caught on the ground. We got all the notes. Dude, fuck this. We got this JPEG for you. Congratulations. Greetings from Chicago. Fuck off. Why does his hair look like that? What is... I've got to find Mac and Buster. The mob must have them somewhere here in the city. This lady just wants to beat the shit out of me. Chicago. Chirac is fucking wild, man. Imagine getting through that prison and then it just says like, get 6 more keys. And do all this again in an even dumber level. Like, we turned invisible. The game crashed. The music is terrible and not super recognizable as the song. Like, there's a bunch of licensed music credits at the top of the game, right? But these kind of crummy MIDI renditions of this music is pretty miserable. The digital samples, the cheaper to keeper sample, only underscores. You're just like, fuck this. At one point, the audio cut out completely. It's a magical experience, to be sure. I don't think it's as good as GoldenEye 007. It's no Xena Warrior Princess, the Talisman of Fate. You'd certainly be better off with a copy of Tonic Trouble. Transformers Beast Wars Transmetals is a better licensed game. You'd definitely be better off with Paperboy. Paperboy's looking pretty good by comparison. Milo's Astral Lanes is a superior experience. Starshot Space Circus Fever is like 10 times the game this is. Where was Player One based, the developer? Is this a French-made video game or just a French-published video game? I'll have to find that out on my own time here. I would certainly, anyone would rather play Asteroids Hyper 64 than this. You'd be way better off. Virtual Chess 64 is pretty fucking bad, but is this better or worse than Virtual Chess 64? Virtual Chess 64 has, and they attempted those tutorials. Like, the idea of a 3D spinning chessboard is not terrible. It's just not presented well. That game works as advertised, whereas this does not. The save system in this game is a fucking nightmare. Hey, we're going to save some of your progress, but not all of it. You're still going to start at the beginning of the level because we just didn't want to build saves that get tracked where you were standing. Like, it's hard. Video games is hard. Okay, we're just gonna, you collected all the notes, and it's up to you to figure out how to get to the fucking other part of the level. Okay, we're tired. We're so tired. Dan Aykroyd came by and he said he wanted the save system to work this way. Okay, Danny A came through and said Skullhead Vodka, and we said, okay, all right, Dan. This game's worse than Virtual Chess 64. If you could attack and move at the same time, it would take this game, like, it wouldn't save this game, but, like, you could at least, like, fucking, okay, so this, okay, I saw Player One before. Player One did Robotron 64, and they were based in Santa Monica. God damn, dude. Titus only makes hits. I don't know if you know that. I didn't realize we would be playing 4 such important games today. But there you have it. Blues Brothers 2000 is our new number 33. And a crime. I don't know, like a crime? This isn't a crime. This is exactly what Blues Brothers 2000 deserves. This is exactly what Blues Brothers Incorporated, whatever business venture the Blues Brothers turned into, the House of Blues, Jim fucking Belushi, John fucking Goodman. This is every bit what Blues Brothers deserves as a concept. It died when John Belushi died. The idea that they kept it going. And that Dan Aykroyd took it in the directions he took it in. Sickening. Sickening. I'll be back next week to rank a fresh batch of games. Originally, until I kind of decided it was going to be Tony Hawk week, we were going to look at Chameleon Twist and Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboarding. So we'll keep those on the list, and maybe that'll end up being next week. Head over to jeff.zone if you want to support the science and help keep me sane through fucking Blues Brother. Motherfuckers. This game makes the fucking like 8 and 16-bit Blues Brothers games look extremely competent by comparison. That's the truly terrifying thing here. We'll be back next week to keep doing this.